I'm recording this right now. Alright, so I'm going to create a new folder here just to start from scratch. I'm going to call it HTML and CSS. Actually, I'm just going to using dash here, HTML CSS. Just try to avoid to use the space in the file or folder name. Alright, so this folder is empty. And we also introduced the text editor, which is with Visual Studio Code, and we learned how to use that to edit a file. And a better way to use VS Code is like actually you can use that to directly open the folder, so you'll be able to check all the files in this folder, right? To do it, so here is the folder we just created. You can just right click on that folder and choose Open with Code. Right? There's the option, like the same option says Open with Code. You can just directly open the folder. Let's see how it looks like. Right? So it's just gonna see a welcome page, and on the left, it's actually this is the structure of the folder, showing you like what files you have inside there. We don't have any files, that is empty. So the left bar here is empty, doesn't have anything. Right, and you can see the folder name here is showing on the top. It says HTML CSS. We can go ahead and close the welcome page, so it's getting empty, right? And we can directly create files inside here, so we don't have to jump out to like go to a new and create a new file and like doing the HTML over there. So you see on the top here, on left Explorer here, it has 4 buttons. You see this one here is 4 here. Explore HTML CSS has 4 buttons here. If you move your mouse over it, actually going to tell you what is that. The first one is a new file. You can directly create a new file here. And the second one is new folder. And the third one is just reload it. And the fourth one is like a collapse the open folders. We're going to see how it looks like. So we're going to choose in the first one to create a new file here. Right, create a new file, and it's going to open an input here for you to type. It basically asks you to please give a name for this file. On the top left, I can make it bigger so you can see. Right, so this is one click on this new file here. It's open the input bar here, asking me to enter the name for the file. We can call it. Let's see. So I'm gonna call it index.html. You can see, and hit enter, and by doing that, I just create a HTML called index. Right? Let me do it again. So I can also delete it from here. Delete it. Let's do it again. So the 4 buttons on the top. I click on the first one, create a new file, and type the name here. I can call it like any name you like. Home.html or any name you like. Another way to create that is just you can also right click here, and you can choose new file here. It also works. Right? It can ask you to enter the name. You just about HTML, any name you like. It's going to create 2 files right now. So same thing. Right click or use the button there. It's the same thing. Yes.
Basically, I just want to create a new file, but this page, this screen you on.
No, you didn't open the folder. What I did was opening a folder, so you don't need to close that. This is not opening the folder. Close everything. And where is the folder you are using? And it contains the files.
So they all on desktop.
Yeah. Create a new folder. We're gonna put things into the folder. Create a new folder. Adding name. Enter and just right click on the folder. Open
No,
this code.
it will show like an arrow.
And we're going to try it right now.
Yeah.
Click on the first button there to create the file. And you'll see the same screen. And just give it a name. yeah, give it a name and like a home.html or index.html. Yes. Okay, let's.
Oh, okay. So it's not a fixed tool, it's just HTML.
Yeah, maybe because of button and enter in the name to the file. Alright, so I repeat it once. Alright, so last time. So I'm gonna start from beginning. So I create a folder here. I just give it a name like HTML and CSS, right, something like that. And I right click on the folder, click on open with code. So it's open. It's using the VS Code to opening the whole folder instead of a file, right? And I can directly create the file into the folder. Okay, the first button here, new file. Click on that, and say homepage, home.html, and I created my first file here. I just close the welcome page, right? And if you go back to checking the folder, actually it does create a file inside the folder. If you check it, right, it does create a file inside the folder. Just make it faster and easier to just directly create things inside the VS Code. Right, so we just create our HTML file, right? And we just want to try to quickly review what we did yesterday. So you can use exclamation mark to create a template. I create a template. And in template here,
How do you do that?
how I do that? We did it yesterday. Exclamation mark tab. What did it like all the time last yesterday, right? Just create a template for this file. Try it again, right? So exclamation mark tab, it works. Yeah, exclamation point, and just put a tab there, and just going to create that, right? And you can just feel free to change the title if you want. For example, I can see M symbol homepage, something like that. This is just say anything you like. Sorry, I'm gonna change the setting to make the font size bigger so you can see it. And I'm gonna close the format on save. I'm just gonna change my format. Yes. Okay. So make this font size bigger so you can see it. Just make it smaller like that. Okay. So M symbol homepage. Maybe too big. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. It's 26. All right. Okay. So this is my homepage, and I also want to open it. And to open it, I have to go back to the folder. Right? I need to go back to the folder, and to just double-click open it. Right, this is my page, M symbol homepage. Right, so I'm gonna put that on the right so you can see it. Put that on the right. That's a page. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's try something. So we talked about headings, right? We can do H1 and say M symbol and coding vocab, something like that. You can write anything you like. And once you refresh the page, it's just going to show there. Right? That's H1. We can also do H2, right? Like same thing. Welcome to M symbol, something like that. It's save it, refresh the page. It's just H2 is smaller, and we actually have like H2, H3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just change it. H3, H4, 5, 6. Right, 4, 5, 6. Just 2 examples. Right? It has like a smaller, smaller, and smaller. A different size of heading. Different size of title. We usually call it heading because it's H. Right? And I'm gonna keep going here, right? Paragraph. Let's just make a paragraph text here, and you can put some dummy text here by saying lorem and tab to give you a sentence. Lorem and tab. LOREM tab to give you a full sentence. Alright, so everyone is with me? So yeah, let me just keep writing, alright? So let me know if you need some help with something. So after the paragraph, what else I want here? Maybe I can have a image. Yes, let me have let's put the image here, right? Just right after the paragraph. So I'm going to put an image tag here. Have the source, right? Attribute, and I'm gonna have to Google an image here. Maybe this time I'm gonna using a dog image, right? Instead it was cat, just adding a dog image this time. Images. I'm just gonna choosing a smaller one. And you can feel free to choose any one you like. I'm just looking for a smaller image. Basically, the size is too big. Okay, this one. Just using this one. I'm gonna open that. I need to right click. Copy image address. Make sure you copy the image address. Right click. Copy image address. Right, image address. Not the image. Not link address or some other address. Just paste it here. Paste it here. Paste the source there here. And just go back to the website. You should be able to see the image. Alright. Looking for an image online. Yep.
Are you adding the image in between the paragraph?
No, after it.
After.
Yeah, first after it. there's no closing tag for the images. Okay, we're gonna keep adding new stuff. Let's see. Next thing is let's put a button. Right, we didn't talk about the button. Let's put a button right after it. Actually, no. Before the button, let's create a form. Right, we're gonna put the button inside the form. Let's create a form here. A form tag, FORM, right? Form tag. Inside the form, let's put a label. Right, inside form, let's put a label. Is a username, input. Username and input, and label. Actually, we're going to put a BR here to separate that into the next line. Label, password, and the input with a type password. Input with type password. So I have two inputs here. So you can see like the label input, BR label inputs, those 5 lines, they are inside the form, so there is an indent here. So we know that they are in between the form and to make it more readable. Make sure you have some indent here. Structure is also important. Indent usually can be either 2 space or 4 space. You can just hit tab. And I set it to be 2 spaces, but basically you can change it. It shows here spaces is 2. You can just change it to 4. It totally depends on you. Either 2 or 4, but just adding some. Make sure you're adding some space here. Indent. Right. Let's create a form after the image. And after input, we can put a button. Right, still in the form. We put a button tag, BUTTN. And say, let's say submit. Right, so it's gonna create a button. Right, actually, we're gonna adding a BR between it, so it's gonna put it in the next line. Right, so I have submit button. I can click on that button to submit the form. So it's actually create a button here to submit the form. I'm just going to make it small, so put it up a little bit so you can see it. So the form submit button is here. Right, next one. So after the form, after the form, right? This time we'll jump out of the form. We're done with the form. Let's put a list here. So we're gonna using UL. And some students say they want to like see the list again. I receive email says like they don't really understand this, so I want me to talk it about again. So if you have any trouble, you can just send me an email, send me a Slack message. I just definitely gonna cover it again. Or if anything we didn't cover in the class, you want to learn it, also let me know. I'm gonna think about adding to the class. Right. So on the list, UL, and to adding the item into the list, we're gonna put the list item in between the two UL here. Right. Put the list item inside it. So we can have different items here. Maybe this time we put company name like Google, Facebook, item, Twitter, or like GitHub, and as many as you want. Microsoft, and as many as you want. And then once you refresh a page, you should be able to see that on the screen. Yeah, here. It's an unordered list. Doesn't have a number, just a bullet. Okay, bless you. Oh. So it's created a bullet list. Bullet list. So this is unordered list. Doesn't have order. Doesn't have numbers inside it. So it is a UL on outside, and inside the UL, inside the tag, you have list items. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Right, different list items. And also we can do order the list. Right, let me just copy the code here. I'm gonna copy it and paste it right after the current one. Paste it here. And change the UL into OL, which is order list. Right, order list. And refresh the page. You can see like we have order list as well. UL and OL. Right, those are the common things we use a lot to like create form, create a button, create a list, and some paragraph heading, heading or image. Those are things very common. If I open a website, I can show you which one is list, which one is a button. Right. So while you are just copy, let me just give you an example here. For example, I can go to the Urban League website, right? ULM.org. This is also made by me. So this website, let me just close this. Right, this website. Okay, so this website. So it's basically there are also images, right? So this one on top, that is the image, and this is a link, right? Login, that is a link. So the navigation bar here, like a home, about, program, event, support, this thing, that's actually a list. But I use CSS to ask it to go horizontal instead of vertical. Ask it to go horizontal. We're going to learn how to do it today. We can use CSS to change the style of it, and just ask it to go horizontal. And then the slides here are basically just different images, right? Those are all images. This is a button. This is another button. So this is images. Right, this is another button. And since here are different buttons, right? Button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, just different looks different, but basically HTML it is button. Images, headings, headings, image, videos. Yeah, we can also put in videos there. We can learn that how to do that later. And since here, this is a list. This is another list, and this is a heading, has image, a heading, an image, heading, and the 4 buttons. And this basically this is a button go to Facebook, this button go to Twitter, a button actually these are links, but more like a link contains a button or button contains a link. It's combine of the link and button.
Right? The images?
They are actually not. We're gonna learn how to create things like this. Okay. Right? There's something you can create with CSS. Yes.
So like the about and the address, is this you said they're a list, or are they a list of links too?
Yes, list of links. Let me give you an example here. Right. So look at, so you see that we have the URL here, right? Google, Facebook, Twitter, GitHub. Instead of saying Google, we can actually put a link inside it. Right. And so put Google inside here, and give it href. So when I click on this, I want to go to the https www.google.com. Bring me to the Google website. So if I take a look on that, see this become a link. And I click on that, bring me to the Google. So it's a list of link. And second one, I want to bring this one, bring me to the Facebook. I can just copy the link here, just paste it here. And the href, instead of Google, I'm going to go to Facebook. And the text is showing going to be Facebook. So say the list of links. I can keep going. This one also make that into a link. Twitter. And href, which bring me to the https www.twitter.com. And so that's a list of links. And I think I can just change the style here, right? Yes, they will load it. If I make it, is that style or something? Or list style? I forgot. Let's see. Style. Now style. How do I change it? I forget it again. I'm gonna Google it. Change HTML list. Actually, UL style. I think I can change it. Oh, yeah, type, not style, type. So I can change the type of the list. So I can say type square. So it becomes, instead of bullet, it becomes square. If I put none, it's just gonna be gone. So this is basically the list here, right? If you check here, that is actually the list we have here. I have on the about. Right, this is basically the list here. It's just getting too small, so it's changing style. Right, so that is just a list like this one. Right, it's the same thing. Just comparing them. I just using CSS to change the color of it, but that's just how it is in the HTML. Right, the list.
You don't have to go to the first A.
The first A? Which A?
No, it's after Google.
Oh, okay.
What?
The anchor tag.
Oh, okay.
The anchor tag? Yeah, that is a link, right? Make it as a link. So I can make it more readable, like I can put it like this. So maybe it's more readable for you. So A is in the list item. Let's break them into different lines. You can do it. Either way, it both works. Right? As long as you can read it, and make sure every others can read it, that's just good. Just make it readable. A is inside list. And you can use that to make a list of link a list of image, a list of button, a list of anything, right? Just combining them, play around with it. A list of paragraph, a list of heading. Combining them, combining link and list. Well, I don't think you would ever make a list of table. That's maybe too much, right? So. Alright, so everything is recorded as video, and we're gonna upload it later. So I'm gonna stop it right here and jump into the CSS. Alright, so this is right now we just did a review about what we did yesterday, and maybe a little deeper to talk about how to combine them. We're gonna see more examples about this. So I'm gonna jump to the CSS to adding some style to it. Like I'll change the color of this Google. I'll change it to red, change it to black. Actually, it's already black. Change it to white, something like that. Change the background, and make it more interesting. So CSS. I'm gonna jump into CSS. Right. This is HTML slides. Going to CSS. Let me actually I want to change this, change the theme of it. Just make it lighter color. Right, make it lighter color. CSS. Right, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Well, don't call it CS. I don't call it CSS. I have a student that keeps saying CS. I cannot just tell him don't stop saying that. It's CSS. Make sure you understand that's a cascading style sheet. That's a style sheet. So adding style to your website. That's all it does. This is also not a programming language because it doesn't have logic involved as well. It won't say like when I click this button, the page changes to another color. It's just static. When you see red color, it's always going to be red. Not something like when I click it, it changes to another color. That's something programming languages can do. And that's going to be JavaScript we'll learn next. Right. So CSS, that's always go with HTML. Right now, like in 2019, you won't see any website without CSS. Like it's going to be too boring, just the text there. So definitely going to be styled a little bit. Right? These two always come together. And CSS itself, it won't be the only CSS without HTML, because CSS cannot make content. All it does is just change the existing HTML into another style. Right? That's a language just to change style. Right? So let's firstly go to the next slide. See what. 3 methods to adding CSS. Before we get into this, let me just show you an example of CSS. Right, let's go back to the HTML file we have here. So this is a HTML file we have here. So yeah, there are 3 ways to adding CSS. Let's firstly take a look at the first way. Let me open the page where we're working with. All right, this is our page. So if I want to change the color of this one, and symbol coding, but I want to change that to into red. Right, let me show you how we do it. Change that to into red. So first I need to locate where is that heading. It's here, H1, and symbol coding bootcamp. So to add that into another color, I can just here say style, say color for the column, say red. The color column red, that is a CSS style. It's like a target on something. What do you want to change? I want to change the color, and then put a column says red. Right. So let me just put this one on the left. Again, put this one on the right. Right. So if I refresh the page, you can see the color is the red color. And the second one, I can change that one into another color. Style, color. Maybe this time you can see I have a lot of choice here. And I can choose in blue. It's blue color. It's very straightforward. Just what do you want to change for the color, and what do you want to change it to? I'll change it to red color, blue color, yellow color, or cyan, or a lot of other colors. I have a lot of choices. Try it out. Third one, right? Let me just show you for H3. This time, just color is getting boring. I want to change the background color. So I can say style, background dash color. Make it coral. Right, this is a coral. I don't know if you know this color. Just change the coral color. There's a lot of style you can change. Just give you a few examples right now. Right? So the way we are doing it is called inline CSS. Right? Inline CSS. Okay. I don't think there's a dash. Let me check the slides. I think just inline. Yeah, inline CSS. So that means we are ending the CSS inline of the HTML. That's the first way you end CSS. Just adding as a style attribute. Adding CSS as style attribute. Inline CSS. Right? These are inline CSS. But like it also has disadvantage. For example, if I want to change, like if I have a 2H1 here. Let me just copy this one. Alright, like maybe I have a list of H1 here. It's my second one, so on, fourth one, fifth one. And if your boss come here ask you, okay, I want to make all these H1s, all these heading ones into red color. And you need to do this like 6 times, like style red, and it's here, and it here, and it here. And here, make sure you don't miss anyone, and they all become red, right? They all become red. And tomorrow, your boss come to you. Okay, I changed my mind. I want to make them all into green. So you have to rewrite it 6 times. And then you have if you have a thousand heading, you have to make it 1,000 times. I'm gonna have to change it to green, change it to green, and change it to green. Right, do it 6 times. Repeat it yourself 6 times. So if you have like 1,000 of them, you have to do it 1,000 times. In this page, right? So here comes another way to write style. So let me delete the style here, right? Delete the style here. And also, if you have a lot of styles here, it's gonna make it make it look not clear. So much style, like CSS and HTML mixed together. So next way to ending CSS is called internal CSS. Internal CSS. What does that mean is, in the head tag, right? In the head tag, after the title, you put a new tag. It's called a style. You put a style tag inside the head tag, and inside here, you write your CSS. That's going to be a regular CSS syntax. See here, see, you can target on something. What do you want to change? I want to change on the heading 1. So we're gonna say heading 1, and then put a curly bracket, Anyway, if you don't know how to make it, let me just show you. Keyboard. So to make it a curly brace, you hold your shift, click on here, curly brace, curly bracket. It's gonna automatically put the closing one for you. You don't have to click on here. Right, shift and do this one here, the one on the right of the P, right side of the P, curly brace. Inside here, usually we just break them into different lines, make it readable. So we see the style we want to add. And then adding the color into red, and then put a semicolon after it. So all the H1, all the heading 1 in this page become red. And maybe your boss asks you to make it in green, just change that into green. It's become the green color. Or some other colors, just say it here, like I don't know. I don't think your boss gonna like maybe this one. I don't even know how to call it, but just yeah, yeah, any color. Just so right now you only need to change it once, no matter how many H1s you want to change, right? And you can also add in more than just color. So I want a color, and I also want a background. So just put them right after it. Background color, maybe yellow, right? So background, don't forget semicolon, right? You need a semicolon at the end, right? So you have the color and the background color. Right, try it out. I'm gonna add in something other things, so just try to play around with it. Other things you can change, things like a font size. Actually, we're gonna talk about that later. That's maybe too much. Let me see what else we can change. Let's just talk about the color right now. Yeah, that's a lot other style. We can change that later. Yeah, maybe I don't know what to add here. Actually, we can add in the text align. So example of that is, so right now they are all aligned on the left. If I add the text align, again, align center, so it's going to go to the center of the page. Or text align right, it's go to the right of the page, right? You can do that as well. It's called text align. Some examples you can do. Yes.
So on the H1 there, I can't leave these syntax here.
No, it's gonna override it.
It will override it.
It's gonna override it.
I can go ahead and just
Delete
I just tried it. It didn't override it.
it's override. Okay, right now, because the way HTML reading the code is from top to bottom. So firstly, you read it, okay, you want to change green, and then okay, you want to change red. So the green was override.
So I just saved it.
Okay, me. So you here you said change all H1 to green color. Yeah. Here you said change the start color to red. Right.
So yeah.
So the red override.
Override the first one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I have to delete that.
So if you delete this one, right?
That's what I was trying to find.
It's going to become the green.
No, I get it. I just want to know if the first one override everything that comes after. But no. The first one is.
We're gonna talk about that. About it's more than just like the second or first. It's actually about which one is more specific. We're gonna talk about that soon. Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Yeah.
I'm trying to do the background color thing.
Okay, this is what I say. You forgot the semicolon.
Oh,
That's a color. That's a color. Semicolon. So the semicolon at the end of each sentence. It's a separate thing. All right, so we're gonna keep going. This is called the internal CSS. Internal CSS. The second way you put CSS. All right, the second way you put CSS. And there's a third way, which is called external. All right, we have internal, so we have external. So let me delete this style here. Actually, I'll just you know, if something there you don't want it to use it, but you want to keep it there, you can make it as a comment. Remember, the comment won't doing anything, but it just going to show you to developers. How you do it? You just highlight the part you don't want, and the control slash make it as a comment. Right, you can comment it back, comment it in. Right. Slash comment, control slash. We talked about that yesterday. Keyboard. Right, so it's hold your control and the slash. This one, the question mark. Right, so highlight it, and then you do control and the slash. Right, control and slash. Control slash. Make it a comment, so it won't apply to your file, and you can comment it back later. So if you try it right now, you just don't have the style anymore because it's a comment. Comment won't change your file. And if you don't want it to be comment, two ways. One, just delete the comment tag at beginning and end, or just control slash change it back.
Visual Studio doesn't have a split screen for the updates.
I don't get what you mean.
You know how we have to go back to Explorer or Chrome to see the visuals?
We'll talk about that later. That's we can do that, but it's more work.
Okay.
More work. Yeah. Seems simple right now. So, yep. And one thing I forgot to tell you is like this is an editor, so sometimes you make some mistake. For example, maybe your cat jump onto your table and on the desk and just boom hit this one. Something is deleted. How do I get it back? So yes, Control Z. Undo it. It's gonna go back, and then Control Y to redo it. I can undo and redo it in case like something like happened or something is broken. I don't know what I did here. Control Z to go back. Right, Control Z. Keep hitting it. Just keep going back. Control Z to Control plus Z to go back. Control plus Y to go redo it. Right, undo and redo it. Right. Control Z to undo and redo it. This is just very common in most of the editors, like in Microsoft Word or Excel or even Notepad. You can do that. Alright, so let's go back to the topic. So we just talked about internal CSS, and next one is external CSS. That means we put the CSS in another file and link them together. To do that, we can separate the HTML and CSS code into different files to make it clean and clear. So to do that, we're gonna create a new file here, right? Same here. We can just click on the first button. I'm gonna create a new file. And we're going to call it style. This time it's not going to be .html because we're not writing HTML. So .css. A different type, different extension, different style. Right. So I have two files right now. I have HTML and CSS. Right. So I can just copy what I have here. H1 color, black, background color, text line. Just copy that. And just directly put that into the style CSS. Alright, just put this one into style CSS. Style.css. Style.css. Okay, yeah, of course. So let me just delete that. Okay, so this is what we have here, the HTML file, and I want to create another file. So I go to the left side, click on the first button here, new file. Right, new file on the top left. Let me make it bigger. Right, new file, and call it style.css. And I can put the same thing I have here, right? Same thing I have here. Just copy that and just put it here. Right? Let me know if you need me to do it again.
Oh,
Did you put the hashtag in there? Or did it pop
Hashtag?
up? Or the
without the style
Yeah,
tag?
you
the
gotta.
style tag?
No, you see, it's not there.
He tells you,
Type
but
style.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
populates automatically.
Yep.
but I deleted those because I have a syntax error.
Right click in here, in the folder.
The style, like the actual word style.
Just right click here, choosing open with code. You open the whole folder with code.
Oh.
Okay, so let me make it here.
What's that?
This is the one I just touched. And on the top left here, we have also over here have 4 buttons. Click on the first one to create a new file inside this.
Oh, sorry.
So click on that again. First button, yeah.
You know what I'm missing?
And give it a name. You can call it
I
home.html.
just added all this extra stuff.
What? The background. Okay.
Sure you can hit enter. Alright, so you made the HTML file. And let's add something here. For example, you can add the rate.
Man.
And so adding a heading here. So enter. So copy of that. Couple copies of these. So we can always, that's what we have here right now. And we're going to create another file here. We call it style.css. Click enter. And this is what happened.
And this isn't connected yet, right?
Right. So anyone still need help on this? No, the thing is, because we use VS Code to open each folder, actually you can do that, but it's fine. So it's code everything. Just close it. Okay, we're on the file. This way. We're going to create a folder for that into the folder. So right click here. Okay, let's give it a name. This is folder name. Check it out.
This is the RGB support.
Enter. Okay. And then we want to put the file into the folder.
It's easier when they're using letters.
Instead of open as a file, open as a folder. Right click on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Open.
It gives you, there are two types of color grids.
So this is
This is the RGB.
This is what we are doing. Making the file click on this button. This is style.
Something, just whatever name they have. It's like F.
Gotcha, gotcha.
See, right? So now, if that's, you see, instead of remembering that the drop down is there, the letter is easy to remember. That's why whoever else came up with that says, it's so tough to remember how to change.
Right, right, for that.
Yeah, exactly, because it says it shows at this angle and it says it shows you get that color. Instead, you can remember. And I'm just moving letters like this. And go that letters. The same level. And if you get some choices, you like the letter.
Oh, that's the captain.
Is that right?
Captain of Trenches.
That's crazy.
They had that same guy. Like a whole bunch of rain and stuff.
It's not coming out long,
Way back.
Oh, no, they remade it.
They remade it.
Well, I think they're going to.
Oh, yeah. All was running out of ideas. They're remaking everything.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
running out of ideas. It's like millennials don't go to movies and they're like, you know what? So it's, no, is it millennial? Yeah, get the Generation X's, get them out.
Yep.
Millennials don't do that. Gen X, they don't go out.
Yeah, we haven't linked them together. So right now, there's two files. We need to link them together. We haven't done that yet. Leave that here.
Oh, you like those?
Alright, so we are all on the same page. Anyone still have question? We're gonna keep going. Alright, so we're gonna keep going. So here we create two files. One HTML and another is CSS. And if you save the file here, save the CSS, save an HTML, both make sure both of them are saved, up to date. And you go back to your file. You read the page, you won't see any changes. The style it doesn't work. Because right now, we have the style, we have the content, but we haven't linked them together. We need to write something to say, please apply this style onto my page. Applying that file into this file. We link them together. So to do it, we go to our home.html. Right, go to home.html. Inside the head tag, we write something here. So actually, you can get rid of this comment. We don't need that anymore. You get rid of it. So after the title, you can say link. I will link something. Style. Hold on. How did it? Write it. And just put the link here. Yeah, it's a link real equals style sheet and href. And for easier, you can just type link and hit tab. It's gonna do it for you. Type link and hit tab. It's gonna do it for you. But this is what you want to write down. Right, link and tab. Yeah, I'm still cheating. So link and hit tab. It's gonna finish the response. It's real. It says what says here is link tag and have two attributes. The first one is saying it related. It's related to a style sheet. I want adding some style to it. And href, it's the same thing like a hyperlink, hyper reference. Which style you want to add? I want to add in. This basically asks you what file you want to add. Which file? So we want to add in the file name is called style.css. That's how you link them together. Link related equal to style sheet. and the href equal to the file's name, style.css.
And there's no closing
And
tag.
and it should be work. No closing tag, because that's just a link, it doesn't have content. So this is how they design it. This. So think about, okay, there's no reason I have a closing tag, it's just don't have it.
So when I hit tab, nothing comes up.
Try it again. So there's no, do not open the tag, just directly see link and tab.
Yeah, my head is red too. The head.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So you don't put this open the tab. Get that. And just directly tap link and hit tab right now. Come on.
Style CSS.
You can have it by yourself or using a shortcut. It's up to you. And I believe the style is applied there. You can double check it. So go back to the page, refresh it. You see the style is applied again. Sure.
So this is like keeping our page clean, right?
Yeah.
So more readable, not all that.
There are more benefits on that. We'll talk about that. Okay. Yeah. There are 3 different styles. Like the better one is the best one. So this is called external CSS. External CSS. So we put it in another file and create a reference between each other. See, you apply the style in another file. Alright, so those are the 3 ways we create CSS. We have inline, which is directly ending it inside HTML, like a line by line, and it's in different tags. We have internal CSS, create a style tag. We have external, create a CSS file. And which one is better? Which one is worse? So, yes, exactly. External is the best way. By doing that, there are a few benefits. First one is it definitely makes your code more readable, right? So think about like you have a lot of styles, and then you want to separate them in different files, so make it readable. We know which part is content, which part is style. It's easier for your teammates or for future you to check it. That's the first benefit. The second one is, if we have 2 pages, I want to apply the same style on both pages. Think about if you're using inline or internal, have read it twice.
Right.
But if that's external, I can link both pages to the same style sheet. Write it once and apply it to multiple pages. 2 pages, 3 pages, 5 pages, doesn't matter. Right, so and right now, like most websites have like more than 1 pages, or maybe 10 pages, 20 pages. You can use that applying to all of them. This is the best way. And maybe you will see someone using internal or inline, but I would say that they should be avoided. Don't ever use inline or internal, because there's no reason to use them. They're not faster, or they're not like they're just lazy. I can say that. That's not a professional. Just always try to using external. Yes, they're working the performance they work the same thing. Definitely same, but just this one it just make it easier to fix, easier to maintain in the future. Right, try to using external. Right, so that's the first slide. Talk about 3 ways of CSS. Right, so inline CSS directly in the HTML element. Internal CSS using style tags within a single document. Better but not best. And external CSS linking an external .css file. 3 methods for adding CSS. And the first one, inline CSS, we're adding a style inside tag. Right, H1 have style color red. And then we have a internal CSS. It's adding a style tag here. H1 says color blue. We have a external, 2 files. One is HTML and one CSS. We'll link them together by saying link here, right? Link here. Saying link here. 3 ways. And here is a CSS syntax chart. So just the ways we call it. So we have a CSS. We have selector. What do we want to change? In the example I give, we change the H1. This example, we change all the links, A tags. And then what properties you want to change? This one changes background color. And then what value property? Yellow color. And close declaration in curly brace, right? So basically change all links background into yellow color. Right. So the example we give, let me just go back there again. It is saying change all H1, change its color into a purple color, change the background into yellow color, change the text align into center. Align the text into center. So those are 3 things, which is more than 1. Yes, you can do that. And the selector here is H1. It has 3 properties we change. First property is color. Second property is background color. Third one is text align. And the values we give, right? Color, purple, yellow, dark, or shit, I don't know how to read it. And the text align, the value for that is center, right? It's just how we call it. Property, value, and the selector. Let's go back here. Right. You can find this in slides. Slides is available in our website. Okay, so here by using external CSS, right? Let's go back here. By using external CSS, there comes up some other problem. You may haven't think about it, but think about it. So if I only want to, so right now I can select all the H1, all the link, or all the H2, all the H3. But how about I only want to select the second one? I don't want to change all the colors of all H1. I just want to change the second H10, change it to another color. How do I select that?
Internal. H2 diagonal.
No, we don't want to use internal. We don't want to use inline. We just want to use external.
Well,
right. So we need to find a way to target on that, to select that. So there's something we haven't talked about that yet. So here we can for the second one, right? If I only want to target on that, I can give it an ID here, ID attribute, saying that this one ID is it's my subtitle. I can just say this is my ID. Give it a name. Give it ID, identity. So instead of saying select the H1, I can select on the ID here. So see here in the style CSS, I can see for the put a pound key here, right? Subtitle. That is Shift 3, right? This is Shift 3, and this is how you select ID. For that, I want to change the color of that into what colors I can use. I'm going to using the salmon. Add background color into let's say this one, sea green. Right, so that's how you select just one item. We'll give it ID to it, and then select instead of selecting all H1, we'll select its ID. And let's take a look at how it looks like. Right, firstly, take a look at how it looks like. Let's say the second one change to a special color by itself. Others remains the same. Right.
Go back to HTML.
Go back to HTML. Right, sure. Just put this one on the right. Put this one on the left. Put this one on the left. You can do that. So I just and this is the only thing I changed. Give ID and adding a color to it. Right. That's the only thing I changed. Give it ID equal to subtitle. You can just give any ID. You can maybe ID equal to second title, or ID equal to 1, ID equal to 2. We usually just give something makes sense. So it just help you to understand what is that. And maybe a subtitle, maybe just second title, just second two title. Just give it ID that's understandable. So the pound key, it's especially for ID, right? It's especially for ID.
Boot camp.
Pound key is especially for ID. So when you want to select the ID, you need to put that. Question? Yeah.
So like a website is like a book, and it's different web pages. One place, all different locations. And then to do this stuff, it makes it like the heading on each page the same, like easier. So when you like click on the different buttons, it's a different web page, but then the shortcuts help take the next page.
This is the example. If I want to make another page, right? If I want to make another page, let's say example. So right now inside here I have a home page. If I want to make another page, just go ahead and create a new page. I can say maybe I want to create a contact page, right? So contact.html. That's another page. And put an exclamation mark, create the layout, right? So in the body, maybe I have another h1. This is we can contact us here, or something like that. Right, so let's open this page. So let's open it. Let's go ahead and open this contact page. You see, like it doesn't apply any style to it. If I want to use in the same style I just used, I link them together. So I don't have to write the same thing twice. Just say here, say link to style.css. Means I want to use in the same style file. And refresh the page, you see they apply the same style. Right, they apply the same style. And if I want to use the second color here, I can just give it the same ID. So for example, here this h1, give it ID subtitle. So if I go back to my contact page, refresh it, it's applying to the same style I create. Alright? So let's go back to here. Everyone with me to have the subtitle created and it works. Contact, yeah, sure. So yeah, I just have h1 there and I have a link to the same style page. You can try it out, right? You can try it out, give it time. If I try to create a file and try to link it, see if that works. Sure. Few months. Actually, because I wasn't like doing it every day because I'm still teaching class here, and like usually like when the students are doing the online course in the afternoon, I spend some time here to do it.
Like a total of hours, how many hours?
So in an hour, I don't know, 2-3 hours per day, 3 hours, yeah, 3 hours per day for a couple months.
Days. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, but it depends on how familiar about those things because I've made a lot of websites. So for me, it's getting this time. Spend me. Yeah, I don't have to spend a lot of time to do research. You can just go ahead and just start creating stuff. Yeah, but so usually the first project is always the hardest, and the second one you can copy a lot of things from the first one. Basically, you make a template, and you just copy the ideas from the previous ones. Question?
That's good.
Okay. Next.
So if you
Question?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can tell you what's wrong. It's bad wrong. So I have a little gap.
Okay, got you.
Something else here. It's the style or that.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, so this is why you can see there's a gray underline. Something in colors. Okay. Now it's fine. You can see things getting more interesting. You can style it, change it to any way you like. Right? Oh, right now we're only talking about the color. If there's any actually other things we can change. We're gonna talk about that in a second. So that's ID. But there's a limit about ID. Is ID has to be unique on each page. There cannot be two things sharing the same ID. That's not the way they design it.
On the same page?
On the same page.
Oh,
So
okay.
it means you can, on different pages, here, in home page, I have a subtitle. In the about page, you have another subtitle. But you cannot have two subtitle ID in the same page.
Yeah.
That's not how they design.
But it's gotta make sense because we can't share same
Exactly. Like your social security number, you cannot have two persons share the same number. Right? It's kind of like ID. So, and it also makes some problem. How about I want to share in the same style for the second H1 and the third H1. I want to make both of them another style. And yes, I can do another ID subtitle 2 and repeat what I'm doing here, subtitle 2 and give the same style. Something, yes, you can do that. It works. But as developer, we're always trying to be lazy. Don't repeat yourself. Yes, that's true. You will see a good developer never repeats the code he wrote. You won't see this is subtitle and subtitle 2, they're the same thing. Why did I repeat myself? Because if I repeat myself, that means in the future, if I want to change it, I have to change it twice. If I repeat myself 100 times, I have to rewrite it 100 times. That makes it harder. So another way to select it is instead of ID, we give a class. So let me delete this one here. I can say class equal to let's see, I can call it special, or just no, I don't know how to call it. Let's say just call it subtitle. Right? Just call it subtitle. So this class don't have to be unique. I can have two things sharing the same class, or that has to be H1. Maybe I want to share in the same class, same style for the paragraph as well. I can give a class subtitle. And inside my style CSS, the way you style a class is using dot. Dot means class. For the subtitle class, I want to change the color into maybe brown, and the background color into let's say dark gray. All right, make it readable. Brown and dark gray, any color you like. Subtitle. That's for all anything with a subtitle class applying this style. Let's check how it looks like. go to my homepage, refresh it. You can see these two sharing the same style. And if you scroll down a little bit, the paragraph also sharing the same style. And if you go to the about page, refresh it, it doesn't have that class. So you can go ahead and give that class. Like instead, you can have both class and ID. Actually, I'm gonna delete the class ID for a reason. Later, I'm gonna tell you why. I delete the ID for a while. So and it will sharing the same style. Sharing the same style. So I'll go back to the code. Let you see what we did here. So in the style, we write down the style as normal, and in the home page, we give them the the class subtitle, right? Class subtitle. And this one on the right is the same thing. All right, the same thing. On the left is HTML page. I give it a class instead of ID. And to select the class, use dot. Dot select the class. So you can select ID, select class, or select tag name. Three ways to select. So now if you want to change something in specific, only this one, just using ID. If you want to create a common style, it can be shared with multiple elements using class. If you want like all that kind of tags to be that one style, just using the tag name, like h1 or links or h1. Something you need to remember. Right, 3 ways to select stuff. We can check it here. The first one, this one is any comments. The comments in CSS is this. Right, slash star star slash. Just still command slash control slash. Still see control slash is a shortcut. ID has to be unique. Class name has to be unique. That's the only difference. That means in my homepage, I can only have one thing have ID subtitle. I cannot have two things share the same ID. But the class can be shared. Class like two, they can have multiple things with the same class.
So when do we use ID and when
It's actually depends on you. There's no the very strict rule that you have to use class. You have to use an ID because like it's more like every place I can use ID, I can also use class, right? So like it's more like you are sure this thing going to be unique. I want to have this another thing share the same style. You use ID. And if you want to create a common style, you want to share between different elements using class. But you will see like a class is used more common because the class is more like a flex. You can choose like maybe I only want to apply the class once here, or apply the class twice or 3 times. ID can only apply it once.
when we get back to the brief, have an example?
Yeah,
Or is it not important? Not that important?
No, yeah, the title to your website, your logo would be content.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's take a break. I'm thinking about a example. I'll let you know what is that. Yeah, I see you guys at 10:45. Right, 10:45. Think about some examples.
If it's title, you can just put title in it every time you do that color. So if you wanted to do like your title paragraph, your heading and body on the page should be the same color while everything else is different, then that's when you use class controls for some pitch red, key red, body red. You would just put the class over here type dots next to the name of your classes. That's why I get confused when you say why is your logo title from the title to normal title, the name of your site be constant across the board, right? So that could be an ID, and that ID doesn't change. But that, for every page, this ID
Sure, no, because you reference.
yeah, but you can't reference it on one page, but you can reference it on the second page. It's like again, you can't be on the same page twice, right? It's the same page. So
On the
to
next
be
page.
going from page to page to page, you have to be going in and changing the ID.
Shoot,
Yeah.
when you change the ID, or when you
Give an idea.
when you oh yeah, when you give an ID to your title, right? If the title of your website is regime or whatever, and then you going from one page to the next page to the next page, and then the title stays the same.
Yeah.
If it was ID, you have to put in the ID each separate time.
Yes.
Okay. So
So if the site has like 100 pages,
You're gonna put the ID 100 times.
you have to use the idea.
so
Yes.
that's where
That you would have to change it to a class.
well for that's what I'm saying. For that, you wouldn't have to change it to a class. You would just do the where you put title, and then the title, the squiggly lines, and then the color, and then every single time we go on that page, the title will be that page. I mean, the title will be that color. Sorry, on every page. That's what I'm saying. It's like chapter 2.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get it.
Question. Mine is not working.
Sure.
Mouse particular. Wait, yeah.
Which one is not?
Like it shows, but it doesn't. It's like the colors and everything is
Let me see. Okay, so first, the image is not working. It's because of the so you have this one closed and close the text. It's not one the source and attribution in the tag. There are attributes. This is why it doesn't work. So first thing that comes to mind is
Yeah, the others are fine. I just wanted to go over the
sure, yeah,
colors.
So this one. See that?
Oh, so you just okay.
Just the image one. Tag is HTML text.
Okay.
Here are the files.
Oh, okay.
It works. Yeah, you open the log file. So this lesson 2 is you have two lessons. You have one here, and you have
Okay.
another one in the folder. So
Okay.
this is you open the log file.
Yeah, your CSS.
So yeah, to avoid that happens because it's closure, and you can go from here to the folder names, get directly in the folder,
Oh, yeah, it already did.
and it will just opening this folder. You can see there's two files inside here, and you can just click on the files inside the folder to edit them.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
I was trying to figure out how to overtake this guy, actually. So, I guess that means that's what you're supposed to do.
Alright guys, gonna come back. So some students ask for some examples about when to use ID and when to use class. Here is an example. So let's take a look at this website, www.cuw.com. So this is my personal website. Give us 1 second. Alright, so this is my personal website. So so you can see like they have different styles here. Like this one is my name here, and down here we have some titles. Choose application, choose design, and choose fun lab. Those three are the, so you can see these three titles here. Application, design, and the fun lab. These three, they have this, they're sharing the same style. So I definitely use the class here. It means maybe it's called a text flag with blue underline, some class name like that, and I can apply it like 3 times or 4 times, and even on other pages, like maybe this page here, right? I can apply this page, applying on this page, or I can apply the multiple times. I use class here. Okay, or I can just I can just give a class name called title. And whenever I want the title, I use that class. Right? So that makes sense because I want to use it multiple times.
So you wouldn't just use the title
for all the titles?
Yeah.
No, I didn't use it for all the titles. The reason for that, if you check the about page here, you can see this is also a title, but it has a white color. Yeah. So I can change it to all the titles because maybe some of them are not with the same color, same style. But I can use a class called title and apply it multiple times. Maybe call it black title. I have the white title. This is class, because I'm not sure how many times I'm going to use. Maybe in the future I want to add another page. I want to use the same style. So this is why I'm making them into class. So whenever I want to use it, I just apply it. Right? And the reason I didn't make it as ID is because I may have more than one title in a page. Like the home page has this is a title. This is a title. It cannot be ID. If it's ID, it cannot be shared the same style. Right? But this thing can be an ID. This one. That can be an ID. Because that is, I'm not, it's pointless to have my names written twice in my website, right? That's going to be like just a big title, or maybe my heading, or something like just say it's my name, right? Just make it bigger, make it looks like a cute font, and change it to white color, and add some animation to it. And this can be ID, because I know I'm not going to make a second one. And I cannot call it title. If I call it title, it's maybe duplicated with other class. Right? So it's maybe conflict with each other, and it's also confuse myself. If I have a title 1, title 2, and I have to somehow figure them out next time when I see it. Which one is for this? Which one is for that? So I prefer to make one as ID because I know I'm not going to use that second time. At least not in this page. Maybe in another page I can use it another time. That's fine because ID can be duplicated across different files. So this is an example. If you want some style applied multiple times on one page, use class. If you're sure in the same page I'm not going to use that style again, use ID. Right? Of course I can still use class here, but I just try to not confuse yourself. Like you have a title 1, title 2, a bigger title, smaller title. Sometimes you may get confused when it's getting more and more. Right? Any question?
Yeah, I think before back to the question I asked, if you have 100 page, you can use an idea on each page.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be a problem.
Yes,
But
exactly.
when you need to update it, you have to go to that page and update that specific idea. It won't mess up the others.
It won't. It won't. And it also brings the advantages. Like if you want to change the style of that 100 pages at once, you only need to change the style. If you change the style, all 100 pages is going to be changed together. Because like you always want to remain the same style like, for your website. Like all the titles should share in the same style or similar style at least. So mostly like if they are all of them are title. For example, like the Opening website. So you can see all the titles in this website, they are red color. This is red color, and this is red color, and this is red color, and this is red color. So they are all titles, and And if I want to change the color of a title, if I just change one into blue, others remains red. It's kind of looks kind of weird. Definitely I want all of them to change into red. But think about it, if I didn't give a class, I just using ID for each one of them, and then one day William comes to me, show you I want to change all of them into blue color. And I need to locate all 100 of them and change them one by 100 times. That's not something you want to do. And if you miss one, you change 99, and one of them is still blue color. He's not going to be happy about me. So yeah, examples. You're gonna see like a lot of examples in the future. We're gonna write our own website or our own project. You're gonna have chances to see how we do it. All right. So these examples, you can select ID or select class. Right, and you can also use something. For example, if I want to, for this page, if I want to change the background color, maybe actually I can change the background color of the whole page. All right, right now we can select H1, select H2, or select one of the H1, two of the H1. One is I want to give the whole website a background color. I'm going to change the whole background with a blue color or yellow color, making the whole website another color. So to do that, remember, all your code are in the body tag. So we can actually target on that tag, change the whole body into another color. So for example, in the content, in the style CSS, I can see for the whole body, the body tag, right? Body tag. For the whole body tag, I want to change the background color. Change that into, let's say, cyan. Right. Change the whole body tag into background color. See what's gonna happen. Let's refresh it. You see the whole background color for the whole page is changed. Because everything is literally in the body tag. So when you change the body tag, everything is changed. Right, so let me show you the code. I didn't add anything in HTML, just in the style. I add in the body, give it a background color. All right, so let's go back to the slides. Slides here. So we have some basic selector. Dot is for class. Key is for ID. Right, class and ID. And we can also have multiple selectors. So give you example. Let's see. All right, so here you can in my home page, I have two H1 with subtitle class. I also have a paragraph with subtitle class. So what if I want to only change the paragraph with subtitle class, but not want to change the H1 with subtitle class? Right? So I give two conditions here. It has to be a paragraph, also with a class subtitle. Right? It is a paragraph and also have a subtitle class, but not H1 with subtitle class. Because right now, what I did is change all the subtitle class into a style. I don't want that. I just want a paragraph with subtitle class. Clear? So what we do is for paragraph with subtitle class, you can do that. Paragraph, subtitle class, just merge them together. I put a color. What colors I haven't used yet? Just still give it red color. Actually, don't use it or have something red color. This one. I don't know what is that, but this is something we don't have. Dark slate blue, and the background color is. So we use the yellow green. Alright. I don't think this looks good, but yeah. Paragraph with subtitle class. Right, so let's take a look. Yeah, you can see the heading 1 with subtitle class is still the same style, but the paragraph with subtitle 1 changed to another style. I can give an ID to the paragraph, so it won't influence that too. But I can also just select the paragraph with subtitle class, change to another style. Do that. Right, you can do that. It's just so the subtitle class remains the same style, but the paragraph with subtitle class change to another style. This is called the multiple selector. It selects paragraph and selects the one with subtitle class. Alright, so this is more we select stuff, we're going to mention that in the future. Just give you an idea. Alright, so I'm going to go to the next one. Go back to the home page again. You mean the page or the code? The code, okay. So home page, yeah. So each one with subtitle class, and we'll have paragraph with subtitle class. Yeah.
If you want to do that for a list or label, do you have to be li dot subtitle?
Yes. If that list have the subtitle class, and it have subtitle class, list either UL or OL dot subtitle. Go back to the whole class.
And on the example, you write li class equals.
So see the list is here, right? Actually, it's using this one. It's easier. So if I have a class here, subtitle, and let's take a look how it looks like right now. You can see the list is changing to this color, right? So because like I said, for anything with subtitle class, it's going to be this style. And if I give the specific style here, I said for all the. Remember, it's not li because li doesn't have the class. The one has a class is the ol, the whole class, the whole list, not the one list item. Yes, you can change the one list item. Just make all the items different styles, and you can also target on the whole list. Right, you're gonna say ol dot subtitle, right? The list with the subtitle class, and give some style to it. Right, something like a pink background color. I don't know what it is. It's just this one. Right, so it's gonna apply to that color. Right. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Let's go to the next one. Just talk about how to select stuff. Fonts in CSS. You can change the fonts of in your page. Right, so you can change the fonts of one stuff or change the fonts of the whole page. So, for example, if I want to change the heading 1 into another kind of fonts, I can say font. I think it's font family. Font family, not body family. Font family. Why did I write font family? And make it down a bit. Yeah. So font family. I have like a lot of options here. Right, so there's options here. And you can choose in the anyone, like maybe this one. There's a list of options stuff here, and if you just go back to refresh your page, you see that each one changes to another style, another font style. Maybe so. Let's see if I have a more obvious option. Font family. And just say not an issue. Family. Click on that. This one. Tahoma. That's one of the Tahoma. It's gonna look like this. Alright, different style of fonts. And then you have more than just those options. You have like much more options. You can find them online. One of the famous websites. Actually, you should give it some time to try it first. Alright, give it some time to try it first. So just put a font family inside it and give it the other ones. Give it a chance to try it first. And I can let you know like where to find more fonts options. Right, so this is a font family, like a default font family like a CSS provide. We can also use some fonts online. One of them is you can search for Google fonts, and Google fonts you can find a lot of like options here. Google fonts, there's a lot of them here. You can choose any one you like. I'm gonna choose something maybe more obvious, like maybe this one, or no, this one, alright, this one. So you know I'm changing the font size. This one, alright, I'm changing the fonts. So if I want this one, alright, then I'm gonna click on the plus button here, the plus. Select this font, and you can find it here. Family selected. Alright, you go ahead and copy this one here, font family. Actually, to use it, you need to do two things. Firstly, copy the line here. That's a link. That's a link. You can copy that. Copy that. Right. And put this one into the HTML file. That's actually a CSS into link it with. You're gonna put it above the style.css you have. Right. That's basically you're saying I want to link it to CSS file. One is from Google. One is my own. I can put it above your own. I put it above your own. So that means I want applying this one first, then applying the next, my own. I definitely put it above your own CSS. Right now, you can use the CSS from Google. You can put the font family, this one. Just copy this one, and then using this one to replace the font family you have originally here. Just replace that one. Right, it's called dancing script. Cursive. So we can take a look of that here. Right. See that he's using the fonts. I just copy it. Font style. Right. So I'm gonna do it again. Right. Again. So firstly, you go to the Google Fonts. Right. Google Fonts. And looking for the ones you like. Maybe this one this time. Turret Road. So I'm gonna click on the selected font. Alright, and they open here. So looking for the first thing here, copy that. Put that into the HTML file you want to apply it, and put it before the style CSS. Right. Put it before the style CSS. Save the file. Save the file. Go to the style CSS and replace this font family with one in Google. Right, this one. Copy that one. Replace the font family here. And go back to your page. You can see the changes. Right, see the changes. Right, so. Alright, so got it? Okay, so that is a font. That's just how simple it is. Just go looking for a font you like and just copy and paste it there. Right, two places to copy and paste. One is in the HTML to copy the link, and another is just adding the font family inside here. Right, so you can apply it multiple times. Like I want to use it for all H1, and maybe also for the paragraph. Right, you can add it more than one. You can do that. Right, so it's going to be all the paragraph and H1 going to share in the same style. Right. Or you can just apply multiple different styles, like a paragraph style and the heading one is another style. You can do that. Or you can just add that to the body, so it applies to everything. If you add it to the body, it's going to be sharing by everything. So if you put that into the body tag, the whole file is sharing the same style. Right, whole file sharing the same style. All right, let's go back to the slides. fonts. Right, so a place to find the font. One is the fonts Google, another one is called a WebSafe font. Both work. Font properties. You can change the font size. Here we are using a unit called pixel. Right, pixel is a unit we use a lot when we create a website. So you can, for example, I can say for H1, let's go to the H1, and I want to change the font size. Like the default font size, I think it's 16 pixel. You can change it to like 40 pixel. I make it big, make it large, make it huge. Actually, 40 pixel is very huge. So you take a look at that. Refresh your page. It's getting huge. Or it's getting like 100 pixel. It's like gonna be something you never want to do. Right, so like that. Pixel is unit we use when we talk about size. Like I think the normal computer screen size, like it's about like 1,200 pixel. Right, it's from left to right. Usually, maybe some bigger, like 160, 100 is 1,600. It depends on how large is your screen. Right, a mobile phone is like about like 500 in width. Right, pixel. This is more like a, yeah, something you can change. Right, 100 pixel. And you can also change something called line height. It works better on the paragraph. I can show you line height. You can do a like 10 pixel. So the paragraph gonna looks like different. Right, so it's line height. Where is that? Actually, it's not obvious. Let's make it 100 pixel. You can see like the line height is the height between the lines. Right, line height, between the height between the lines. The two lines is the height in between 100 pixel. Right, it's called line height. You can do that. Line height. That is a unit we usually use. I have other units we're gonna mention later. So it's alright, so we're gonna go to the next one. Let's show some examples. You can try it out later. Next one is going to be the units. Just talk about we're gonna have different units we can use here. So we just talk about we have pixel, right? Pixels. 1 pixel is equal to that. I have centimeters, millimeters. I have inches. Points or picas. We usually just using pixels. I don't see anyone using cm, millimeter, or inches. Pixel is more common to be used. Right. So but they're all available in the website. If you want to use them, yes, you can. Right. So if one of your customer in the future asks you, I really want my image to be 1 inch long, or I really want my font to be 1 inch, you can use that. Right. So, but yeah, usually we're just using pixels in common. And other than the regular units, we also have something called relative units. We have the percent value. We have EM, REM, VW, and VH. And those are the relative value. I'm going to give you examples for that. Alright, so for example, we're going to using the images we have to make an example. Let's see, where is my page? Alright, we're going to using this image as I'm gonna edit the size of it. I'm gonna see how it looks like. So for image, I'm gonna target it. So let's go to the bottom here. I'm gonna say for img. Right, see the width of it. Okay, of course you can change the with pixel. Like for example, I can make it 500 pixel, and you see the font, the width of it changes, becomes smaller. Right, I can make it, if I make it like a 1,000 pixel, it's more like a full screen. Right, 1,000 pixel. That's 1,000. It's a width of image. Right, width. And if I am not if I always want this image to be 100%, like sometimes I may open this website with my desktop. Sometimes I may open it with my mobile phones. Mobile phone is just that size, right? So I really want it to always want to be like take the 100 pages, 100%. So I can just say width is equal to 100%. So it's gonna take the 100% of this page, right? So it's become like a responsive, right? So it's changing the size depends on the screen size. As the screen size changes, it changes. It's always 100%. Display the whole image. You can do that, or you can say 50%, or 10%, or 5%. Right? It's going to be the percentage of its parent. By parent, we mean so the image is inside the body. So the body is a parent of image. So it's take the 100% of the body size. Body is basically the whole page. Take the whole 100% of the whole page. Right? CSS code. Okay, of course. Here with 100%. Right? And you can also using the VW. VW means view width. That means just always going to be a whole page. 100 VW means 100% the whole page, right? 100 VW. Right? The view width. And you can also change the height into 100 view height VH. I take the whole page to display it. I think it's not working. Yeah, view height from the top to beginning occupy the whole screen. Right. So one example can be this one. So this image here that I use the view height and the viewport to take the whole page. All right. This one can be example. View height and the viewport, the view width. It's like the percent. All right. And EM. So back to talk about the font size. Right? Talk back to the font size. So we use the pixel here. Another relative unit is called EM. It's related to like the default font size. Default font size is 16 EM, so 16 pixel. So 1 EM is 16 pixel, and 2 EM is only 2 pixel. 3 EM just 3 times the default font size. Alright, so it's going to be showing. Alright, so this is 3 EM, and you can make it 4 EM. It's getting 1 times bigger. And 5 EM is related to the default font size. The benefit of using the EM is when in the browser, in the settings, you can change the font size here. Right, so you can change the font size here. And when the user change the font size here, like font size medium, small, very small, large, very large, if the user change this, your font size is going to change based on the user option, because it's related to the default font size. Right, if you user change the setting of the website into large, and then your website font size is getting larger. If you're using pixel, it remains the same. It won't change depends on the user setting, because that's some absolute value. And EM is related to the user setting. Right, that's the difference. Right. So if you choose median, you can see the screen, the font size you have here is going to change a little bit, getting smaller a little bit, because I'm using EM here. And then we have REM. Did I mention what it stands for? No, I don't really know what it stands for. So, element? Yeah, element. EM is element, and I know REM is root element. So the difference between them is, let me go here. So EM is related to its parent. REM is related to the root, the default setting for the whole browser. So let me give you an example here. If I have let's see, have a H1, have a H1 inside it, right? So something like this. And inside H1 I have a M symbol, and outside the H1 I have another M symbol. Let's see how it looks like. This is how it looks like. No, I don't want to do that. Let me just get rid of the font size here. Okay, get rid of font size here. Alright, so you can see this one and this one, they actually have the same font size. Actually, not same. This one is bigger because it has a H1 twice. So I have only H1 once. So if I give a font size here, font size a 20 pixel, so it becomes the same size. Right, now this same size. I'm gonna bring that to the left so I can compare them. I think they're the same size. Actually not. This is supposed to be the same size, I believe. Let me see what else I did. It's not using H1. It's actually changed that into a span, which is not gonna have some default setting on it. Okay, to span. Right, it's sharing the same size. And if I go to the CSS, I target on the span. Right, span is just a normal inline element, doesn't give any style. For other span, make the font size equals to 40 pixel. So let's go to my page. Right, so it's both getting the same size. Right, same size. Right, so the difference is like one of them is in double span, right? Another one is outside the span, so it's like something like that, right? So This one is inner span, in span. This one just outside of the inner span. The outer span, inner span. Right? Outer span, inner span. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe this one is easier to look. Try and make it more readable. Right, something like that. So if right now I'm changing the unit. Instead of 40 pixel, I'm going to change it to 3 REM, 3 RAM. It still be the same size. Still be the same size. Because they are all related to the root element, which is the setting of the browser. Right. But if I change it to EM, you're going to see they become different size. But the EM is not related to the root. It's related to its parent. What does that mean? So, so here, the parent of this span is body. So if it's a body, the setting is 16 pixel. 3 RAM is 48 for this M symbol. But this one has this guy, this M symbol, his parent is this span, not the body. Like the body is more like his grandparent. So it's like his size is going to become 3 times of its parent, which is this span. If this one, the size is 48, and the inner span going to be 3 times 48. Got it?
Got it.
So let me talk about it again. All right. So the size of body, right? So the size of body, the default maybe it's 20, right? It actually it's 16, but it's just 20 is easy to count. Right? Field size of body is 20 pixel, right? Is 20 pixel, and I say the span is 3 RAM. So this one, the outer span size is 3 times 20 pixel, which is 60 pixel, right? And this span, his size also 3 times its parent, but his parent is not body. His parent is outer span. So the inner span size is 3 times its parent, which is outer span, which is 60, and it becomes 180. That's what you do when you use EM. But don't worry about that, because I never see someone using EM. Because it sometimes causing trouble and it's hard to count it. So we're usually just using RIM to make just it related to the root element. Right? Because I don't think in any case I want my website looks like a bigger, smaller, bigger, something like that makes sense to me. It's not just very common to see, but you can see like people using REM a lot because they want to make their website relative to the user setting. If the user wants the size bigger, okay, we'll make our website bigger. Right, you can see the REM a lot, not EM. No, I never use EM. I just using REM a lot. Right. So, but you still need to know that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. How many pages we have left? We have. Okay, I have a lot. 12. But it's just simple things. All right. So the color. Well, we already know the color. We can using like actually there's 3 ways to talk about color. You can using the just color's name like red, blue, green. Is there any other ways to represent the color? This one is called the hexadecimal color. There's actually one hexadecimal is represent one kind of color, and then we have a color called RGB color. Like it's more like in art, like a red, blue, and a what? Green, yeah. This one is red, green, blue, right? Three main color, basic color to combine with to another color. So let's see example. So H1 here. So I can looking for some hexadecimal color by saying font size. Let me just looking for hexadecimal color. Let's Google for that. HTML color code. I think the you can just basically pick up the color here. And pick up the color here. Just give you tell you what is the code for that. This one is something says 64677F. And just copy that. And put it here. And that is a color. And also you can just move your mouse here. You can just directly change it here. This is something Visual Studio Code brings you. And actually you can choose. I think I set it to be RGB, so it's automatically changed to RGB. I can change it here, I can change it here to different format. Basically just the same color. And I can change it to green color, maybe something like this. And I want to use in the hexadecimal color. And if I just go back to check it, and this is how it is, right? This one. This is that color. Well, let me clean up this file. It's too many things here. Just clean it up. Just don't try to confuse you. So I'm gonna erase everything, but just color. Right, just clean it up. Just don't try to confuse you. Right, that is color for it. Okay. Now these things are from the inline HTML. I'm just gonna inline style. I'm gonna remove that. Don't need that. I don't need the inline style. Right, so now just only this two has style. Only not this two. This only H1 has a style. And you can change it to any. Same thing for the background. That also works for background. You can just tap any color here, or just move your mouse, hover over it, and just allows you to choose it from here. Like a background, maybe I want some darker color. Maybe I don't know. Just anyone you like. Maybe this one. Or maybe this one. I don't think it looks good, but yeah, this one maybe. Yeah, this one. So you can choose using RGB, or use the hexadecimal, or this one HSL. I don't know what is that. I never used this before. Shorthand properties for setting most something. I don't know. So using RGB or hexadecimal is more common. Yeah. So what usually happens is like when you go to the company. That company already has their own color. They're gonna tell you, okay, for the heading, you're gonna please using this color. They're gonna give you the hexadecimal. You just copy and paste it in, and then you just apply that to the title or apply that to the paragraph. Like for the color for the M symbol is red and black. Oh, not for M symbol, for the oblique. So I just grab the color code and just paste that in my CSS, and all the things change to the color, share the same color. Right. So just different ways to represent the color. Right, usually that's something designer's job. Designer going to decide what color to use. Just copy and paste it in. Right, 3 ways to display the color. Next one, background and border. Background and border. So the background, we have the background color. We can also use the background image. We can also use the background image. Let's find the image as our background to check it. So it's a background image and background image. Right, so this one, just see this one, the first one. I'll use this one as my background image. Again, you're gonna copy the image address. Same thing, copy image address. And you're gonna see here for the whole body, for the whole website. Right, I want to change that for the whole website. Background image, and you're gonna see URL because it's online. It's a source URL, and put a quotation mark, and paste the link inside here. Paste the link inside here. URL, put the link inside here. And let's take a look. Let's close this extra stuff. It's confusing me. So see the background becomes that. Or you can use a GIF on it. But this one is not really obvious, but you can see like there is a repeat of this image. I'm gonna change another one to make it like obvious, make it like stands out, let you know like what's happening here. So maybe this one. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna copy the image, copy image address. I'm gonna use this one here. We should see what is happening here. Right, so go back here. You can see like because the image is not big enough, like it's repeat itself. And we can ask it not to do that by doing some settings. Right here. I can say the background repeat, make it no repeat. Right, so say after the body, I'm gonna say background. Oh, did I put a semicolon? I think I forgot it. Yeah, put a semicolon. Background repeat. Since no dash repeat, don't repeat it. And also you want to see the background size. Make it cover. Right, make the background cover the whole page. So it's gonna look like this. Right, so it's using the image to cover it. But you can see I cannot see the bridge because it starts from the top. So I can change it. Say background position. I want from the bottom, and actually I can do bottom and center. Oh. So it's from the bottom and center of the image to extend it. Right. Let me just remove the background of the H1, make it more clear. So it looks like that. Alright. Or I can do center, extend the image from the center of center, like a left, right center, top, bottom center. Right, looks like that. That works when the image is not big enough or too big. Try it out. Right, try it out. You can also do top center or like a center left, center right. That means just the start point of the image. Right. Right, so there is also a shorter way to write this whole stuff. Like it looks like a lot. You can write them actually in one line. Says background, and copy the URL address as in here, and put a space. Says dimension here. No, I didn't put it here. Yeah, we can do it. I can just say cover, I believe. Actually not. No repeat. Yeah, no repeat first. No repeat. And space. Center, and then put a slash. Say cover. I believe this is how it is. Let me try it out. So I can delete there's 4 lines. Just leave the 4 in one line. Just say background. I think it's the same thing. Right. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's the same. Right. Refresh page is the same. So it is put the link first, and space, no repeat, and space, center, and slash cover. So you don't have to write 4 lines. You can just write them together in just here. Oops, just want to go there. Right. Alright, so keep going. That is a background image. Alright, you can do that. This next one is border. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about border. It's gonna talk about it on the image, right? On the image. So I'm gonna target on the image. We're gonna comment this out for a while, right? Comment out, so it won't do anything. It's still Control slash. Comment out, or you can just delete that if you want. So image, right? So I'm gonna target on image again. Right, so let's firstly take a look what we have right now. So that's as an image. I'm gonna target on that. So we're gonna adding a border. We can do it 2 pixel. We can do the solid. So it's going to be that's maybe too small. Let's make it larger so you can see. Make it 10 pixel. Solid. So you can see like it's adding a border around the image. Right, styles. Just show you some examples you can do. Right. And you can also change border radius. Right, do like a 50%. Let's make it round. It's border radius, right? It's border radius. The bigger the number, the round it is. So you can use like if at 10%, it can look like this, or 10%. Yeah, try it out. Right, so we can keep going to the yeah. So we have solid, and we have other style like we have dashed, or dashed. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. And we have you can ending that you can not only ending the you can ending the border to the image. You can also ending the border to the text, or you can ending a border to the paragraph or to the heading if you like. It's going to be just around the around it. So you just keep going. So I have dash. So I have a double. It's going to be 2 line. Right, 2 line. Different styles. Well, I think we'll also have dotted. It's going to be dots. Yeah, dotted. It's going to be dots. Right, it's different style. You can play around with it. And what else we can do here? We can have a yeah, box model, margin, and panning. Yeah, that is a big topic. Let me see. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let me see how we're gonna talk about that. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so it's so that panning and the margin. So if I have a margin, I need a semicolon here. Otherwise, it's not good. Margin like a 20 pixel. What it does is just give a space between the image and the other element, right? Adding some space in between. I can have a bigger number, like 200 pixel. Let's give some space from the image and the other element as margin. Right, that's margin. And we have padding. Padding is actually a little bit different. You can see it's ending the space between the border and the content. Right, so if I have both padding and margin, let's make it 100 so it's easier to see. Right. So here is very important. The padding is a space between the content and the border. Margin is a space outside of the border. Right? Margin outside, padding inside. Margin is outside, padding is inside. Padding is a space between the border and the content, and the margin is outside. So both of them are ending space. And both of them are ending space. And instead of the same padding, you can be more specific. Say padding top. I only want any space on the top side. Same thing for the margin. You can do margin top, right? So you can see maybe margin bottom, and only want ending the margin on the bottom side. So it's going to be like that. Padding on the top, margin on the bottom, or yeah. And you can also have another one says I have padding left 50 pixel. Right, so you can customize it. Left, right, bottom, and top. All right. Padding and margin. Right, so yeah, we're gonna just keep it simple. Go to the next one. Alignment, text alignment, and float. Right, that's easy. So for text alignment, we just already see one H1, right? I can move that to the center. Text align. Center is going to move to the center. Right, so it's going to move the text into the center. Right, so it moves the text into the center. And we have text align right. It's going to the right side. Right. And we also have a justify. I think justified. It's gonna be not work. Yeah, justify. I think it's not long enough to be justified. So let's just try the example for the paragraph. So the paragraph is look like that. If I do the justify on the paragraph, it's just like the writing an essay. Text align, justify on the paragraph. It's gonna justify it, right? Justify it left and right to be the same distance, right? Justify. You can see if it's center, you can center it, right? Center it, and left, right, center, justify. Right. Text align. And text align only works for text. And for things like some other element, you're gonna using float, like an image. I think you're gonna have to float a image. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to float it, like a float. Right. I'm gonna move that to the right side. And float left. Gonna do left side. Actually, or you can do float 20%. Just gonna be a right a little bit. Yeah, I don't think that works. Yeah, so there's a lot of things to play around with. Just different styles. You can just always search for something you need. Yeah. Yeah, that's why do I put a vest here? I'm not gonna use talk about this one here. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that clear after when we do the project. Right, so link and the button. Yeah, that's actually I didn't mean just link and button. So we can also adding some property on it about when I hover something. So for example, I can say h1 column hover. When I hover on h1, I want to change the color into red. So by saying that, I can do when I move my mouse to here, it's getting to nothing. What? H1 hover color red. That's correct. Let's see if I did anything wrong. Did I refresh my page? Okay, I didn't refresh my page. Okay, so when you hover the H1, it changes to the red color. That's hover. You're gonna see that a lot, like the Urban League website. Use an example again. So when I hover this button, its background changes to red and the fonts become white. I hover. That's hover. So the style is like that. Hover. H1 column hover. When mouse over it, change to another color.
So when you do the hover, you have to do that over each section, and to get a different result or the same result, or you just put hover, and wherever you hover, it will turn red.
I don't think you can do that to just tell. Actually, you can give them a class like for all the subtitle class, and when I subtitle. For all the subtitle class, when I hover, it turns to red. So then, what happens is, like if these two have subtitle class, so when you move over it, they're getting red, and the paragraph have subtitle class. When you hover it, getting red. But I don't think you can just tag down everything. Or yes, you can. Yeah, you can. You can put a star here. Star means everything. And no matter what I hover, it's getting to red. Star means everything here. Like no matter what I hover, it's getting to red.
Okay.
But that's not a good thing to do. I don't think you want that. Usually we just want something to be covered to integrate, but not everything. Yeah, but star means everything. Like if you want to change style of some everything, just put star, and star like a color blue. That means change everything into blue color. Star means everything, right? But this one is changed here, so we comment that out. Right. Star means everything. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna stop right here. Yeah, those are things more advanced. We're gonna talk. You can ignore the things after the 16. Right, ignore things after 16. That's more. That's like an advanced CSS. You leave them for future. Right, stop after 16. Yeah, that's this morning's class, and it's 12 p.m. So, so CSS, yeah, you can change that, use that to change any style, basically. And yeah, so you don't have to remember all of them. But when you need to use them, you just come to check it in the slides or check it online. And after you use it multiple times, you're gonna feel better on it, feel more comfortable on it, right? So let's go have lunch. And this afternoon we don't have any new things to talk. We're gonna go back to the online lesson to watch on the lesson 3 and lesson 4 about CSS to review what we did in the morning. Sure, yeah, of course.